What is going on, you guys? This is Gaming with Sal, and in this video I'm going to be going over some of the easiest ways that I discovered on how to kill the leprechaun that runs around the map in the new Leprechaun Hunt Mosh Pit game mode that was recently added, and I'm going to be sharing those ways with y'all. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Now, ever since this game mode was added, everyone who plays it made it their mission to be the one to take out this little creature first as much as they can. This is because whoever can take out this little leprechaun will be granted all of their streaks instantly, no matter how big or small the streak is. Although this sounds really simple, it's actually harder than it seems. This is because the amount of health that this creature has is a lot. For instance, I was once using the PPSH with extended mags and I still couldn't take him out with one full magazine while other players were also shooting at him. Not to mention that the leprechaun is really tiny in comparison to a normal soldier, and it spawns in random locations of the map at random times. Now, there isn't really a pattern when it comes to where and how often the leprechaun spawns, but thanks to another YouTuber named Exclusive Ace, who you should also go check out, he tested and found out that the leprechaun has about 10 times the health a normal player does. Also, just a little tip, but whenever the leprechaun does spawn into the map, it can spawn in as a member of the enemy team or even your team. What I mean by this is, suppose that the leprechaun spawned in as a part of your team. It will actually show up on the minimap as a blue arrow just like your teammates do. So if you ever do notice an extra blue arrow showing up randomly, or if you see that the leprechaun is running around and you check the minimap and see that there's a blue arrow moving in the same direction as it is, then that can help you tremendously on keeping up with him. Now, when he's on the enemy team, there's no way to really find him unless you're using the espionage basic training, because if you then shoot him with even one bullet, he'll show up on the minimap as a red dot until he's taken out. But speaking of basic trainings, you can either use the espionage for a situation like I just explained a few seconds ago, or you can save that spot for something in regards of what I'm about to explain to you right now. The best way I found out to take this leprechaun out is by using the class that I put together just for this new game mode. I discovered that an LMG is the primary weapon you want to go with, and in my case, I found that the Lewis worked the best for me. As you can see on screen right now, along with this weapon, I went ahead and threw on extended mags, which increases my bullet count to 97 in one magazine, so I don't have to worry about reloading, and I also threw on rapid fire so that I can shoot my bullets faster into the leprechaun. And the reason why I said that you should keep your basic training slot open is because you can use launch like I did in my setup so that I can equip the Panzerschreck launcher, since it has the most damage versus the M1 bazooka. And for my equipment or lethal, I chose to go with the sticky grenade. The reason being is that I tested out the stun grenade and it really doesn't seem to phase the leprechaun when it's running around, and there's a chance that you could end up throwing it and hit something and have it backfire right on you again. Plus, there are times where the leprechaun even randomly stops and stays in one position, and if this ever does happen, you can always go ahead and throw your sticky onto him and possibly take him out or deal a lot of damage to him. Now, let me go ahead and explain why this is the best setup to me. One, with the gun like the Lewis and having extended mags on it as well, you don't have to worry about reloading. Whenever I used any weapons such as the assault rifles or SMGs, reloading was one of the main reasons why I missed my opportunity to take out the leprechaun. Yeah, I end up dealing a lot of damage into him, but then another teammate or enemy ends up taking the kill from me whenever I have to reload. Basically, I ended up doing a lot of the work and end up getting nothing out of it. So with an LMG like the Lewis and extended mags, there's no need to worry about that. And of course, rapid fire is just there so that I'm not shooting my bullets slowly into the leprechaun either. Moving forward, the Panzerschreck launcher can come in handy just in case you run into the little creature and he is already damaged. Now, you have to keep in mind that you aren't going to be the only one to chase this guy down. Other players will also end up lowering his health whenever they see him by shooting into him, so if you do find the leprechaun while he's on low health, or if you lowered his health with your LMG but he's not dead yet, you can take him out with that final shot from the launcher and get the kill for yourself. This is how I ended up getting my streaks most of the time, and granted, there were times where I did end up taking him out with my Lewis, but it was the Panzerschreck that came in clutch majority of the time. So if anything, that is my biggest recommendation to you guys. Carry this launcher no matter what. I found most of my successes in taking out the leprechaun with this method, specifically using the Panzerschreck launcher. In addition to this method, there are other ways of going on about killing the leprechaun that I found people doing online and in-game. Some people are going with the strategy of carrying a melee weapon, such as the combat knife, and every time you hit the leprechaun with your melee weapon, you're dealing about 150 damage to him, which means if you melee this creature about 6 or 7 times, you can take him out assuming no one else has done any damage to him. Although this can be effective, the only reason I find this wouldn't be the best method is because it would require you to be in close proximity of the leprechaun, and this isn't all that great because if an enemy spots you being close to him, then there's a high chance that you'll be taken out before you can even take him out. So just right now, I thought of another way that I personally could take out the leprechaun, but I haven't tried out myself itself is by using a shotgun with incendiary shells and then equipping launched as well, so you can once again carry something like the Panzerschreck. This could be helpful in the sense that those incendiary shells can continue dealing damage even after the last shot, and then the launcher can take him out with the final hit. But this is once again something that I might need to test out just to see how effective it really is. But overall, you guys, out of all of the ways that I've suggested is to use the LMG of your choice with extended max, rapid fire, and definitely carry around a launcher as well. And oh, by the way, I forgot to add this in earlier, but I also used the armor division so that when other players throw their lethals or equipment, that I won't be affected by the shell shock and not get as much damage from them. But the decision of which division to use shouldn't be much of a big deal. You could even use something like the airborne division for the extra sprinting speed and distance as an example to keep up with the Leprechaun. But anyways, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. Let me know if my suggestions helped, and remember guys, this isn't a guaranteed way to take him out all of the time, as it is based on luck, seeing how he spawns randomly at random locations, but it is a really effective way of taking him out easily. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, click the bell icon so you'll never miss an upload, and follow me on my social media accounts to stay connected. Thanks for watching, you guys, and I'll see y'all next time.